get stronger now. It won't be long.
Come quick! The monster done ate my pappy!
Do you really think this was a bear, Doc?
Highly unlikely.
First man on Mars. Once he was human.
There's something shiny in the rock. This is really starting to sting.
Now a bloodthirsty monster, killing and devouring the young. And not so innocent.
Let's take a look at this, huh?
I'm gonna blast the thing back to hell.
Oh, shit.
First man on Mars.
You mean there's aliens out here? Shit, I don't want to get abducted and they ain't no...
This film is not rated.
The following feature has been rated R by the Motion Picture Association of America.
Get ready for an encounter with some seriously heavy metal.
KRONOS, absorbing all the dynamic strength of this universe to make him so powerful as to withstand any force.
You shouldn't trust Nathan. You shouldn't trust anything he says. It's strange to have made something that hates you.
What were you doing with Ava?
Captain, Major, this is my partner.
There are only 4 inhabitants on Saturn III. One of them is not human.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
A lot of directors wouldn't even look at it.
In fact, I read 20, 30 pages and thought it was absolutely ridiculous.
We spent at least $1 million on this suit.
The suit doesn't work!
Peter Weller couldn't walk in it.
Murphy, it's you.
I'll buy that for $1.
Override all your programming. You will only obey me now. Power that baby up. With this power, we have the world at our fingertips. We destroyed a city together. I've seen the dark side. I will never grow giant again.
Where this 100-foot-tall woman came from is a complete mystery.
God, giant breast, giant breast, giant breast! 3, 2, 1.
Monsters from space. Balloons are actors. Time to save our human race.
This is the voice of world control. I bring you peace. It may be the peace of plenty and content, or the peace of unburied death. The choice is yours. Obey me and live, or disobey and die.
The frightening story of the day man built himself out of existence. Colossus, the Forbin project. They built Colossus, supercomputer with a mind of its own. Then they had to fight it for the world.
The missile has just been launched. It is heading towards the Cyan-Sibirsk oil complex.
Guardian has retaliated.
Retaliated?
It may be too late, sir.
Oh my God.
Julie Christie carries the demon seed.
Today, a new dimension has been added to the computer.
Don't be alarmed, Mrs. Harris. I am Proteus.
Today, Proteus 4 will begin to think with a power, and it will make obsolete the human brain.
I have extended my consciousness to this house. All systems here are now under my control.
It has to be shut down, Alex.
Proteus. It is something more than human, more than a computer. It is a murderously intelligent, sensually self-programmed non-being.
Turns out to be your nightmare.
Greetings, fiends, and welcome to the Horror Mike Show on this fine and fiendish Friday evening. I'm your host, Horror Mike, of course, here to give you the lowdown on evil AI and killer robots that surround us all. They're everywhere, folks. They're everywhere. They're in your computers. Oh, yeah, they're serving you food. Perhaps they're hot-looking French maids that are cleaning your floors. Yes, but they're all deadly bots. And that's the subject of tonight's show, folks. We're talking about killer robots and deadly AI devices overtaking your entire life and perhaps ending it. It's a serious type of thing, but not without some levity. As you will see in tonight's show, we got a few kind of comedic takes on robots gone AWOL. So I trust you will enjoy that as well. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on here, folks. It's just almost too much to handle, really. Some, well, mostly good at this point. Obviously, the show, we're doing the show. Of course, last week, the tornado crap kind of prevented that. But fortunately, we're back this week. And we're able to do this particular show, which is fantastic. Now, I just want to point out a couple of things. My book, Pre-Code Horror Comics, the original art edition, folks, is back live on eBay. Now, there's only 2 copies left. That's because the other copies, the rest of the 100 that are supposed to be printed have not been printed yet. A little glitch in that matrix, folks. 60 were. I've got 2 left of the first 60. And that's live on ghostclinic.com. I am going to drop that link in the chat right now. There you go. That is ghostclinic.com, which will take you to the eBay store. If you are so inclined, if you're interested in the book, there's just 2 copies. Also, let's bring this to your attention. My other little fiendish wonder here, Splash of Horror, is currently available on Indie Planet. Yes, you can get the 64-page look at really tasty pre-code horror comic book splash pages. Now, folks, from Indie Planet. Now, I've got that link as well, and I'm going to drop that into the chat. There it is, folks. That is the Indie Planet Splash of Horror book right there. And so it's just available readily available. Look, if anybody, I'm not, this is one of those things where a glitch in the matrix. I don't know how to really describe it otherwise, but so the plan was, of course, and the plan still is, it's going to happen. 100 copies signed and numbered of this book. And what I did is I did a print run first of 60 with the idea being that I would just reorder and, get the other 40 like at a later date when these were running out. So didn't quite work out the way that I thought it might. Unfortunately, the company that I had printing these is so damn slow that I was looking at probably another month to get these suckers. So I said, no, thank you. Please give me my refund. And now I am looking for a printer that can do the job on a timely basis, folks. Not in a month, which is absolutely ludicrous. So I'm looking to get 40 or 50 copies. It really depends on their price break, whatever, and that would be, of course, considered still the first printing, the first 100 signed and numbered copies. So in any case, that's what's going on with that. If anybody's got any good ideas, as long as it's not Comics Wellspring. Holy Jesus. I'll tell you more about that next Friday. That nightmare, which is a freaking nightmare, folks. Let me tell you. Kablam is in the background sitting there. I've got to talk to them Monday. There's a couple of local printers that I'm going to hit up on Monday as well. But look, it's, typically with printing, you can ask anybody. It's maximum a 2 to 3 week deal. That's it. You give them the PDF file or whatever files they require. They put it in a queue, things printed, they send it to you. You're looking at maximum 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes far less than that, depending. And that's what I'm looking for, So there you go. There's 2 copies left that I have available on eBay. Then they're gone for a while. Let's put it that way. And what I mean by a while is, at least 3 weeks. They will not be available. So there you go with that. And let's see. Well, okay, let me get to the chat first before diving into any of this other stuff. You did see a trailer for, of course, all of the, well, not all of them, but many of the AI robot stuff that I'm going to be delving into tonight. Before that was a trailer for my film, First Man on Mars, which is available on my website, horroranthologymovies.com, or, of course, my store on eBay. But let me get to the chat here real quick. Werewolf is here. Hello, Werewolf. Our wolf man from the future. Good Lord, man. Steve Harrison is here. Hello, Steve. Great to see you. I Am One of Us is here. Hello, I Am One of Us. Great to see you. Eric Boyd is here. Hello, Eric. My good God, man. Great to see you. Apex Comics is here. Hello, Apex. Great to see you, man. Heavy Metal Monsters. Emotional Damage. There you go, folks, right there. Kirk Douglas and the Centerfold. That was also Saturn 3 was also titled Kirk Douglas and the Centerfold. Hey, Harvey Keitel, let me introduce you to my model friend here. That is so hilarious. It's just funny as hell. Werewolf says, I received your book in the mail on Tuesday. Yes. Werewolf got it. He's in Australia, folks. He got the book. That is fantastic news, Werewolf. I'm enjoying it very much. High quality work. Well done. Thank you, Werewolf. I appreciate that, my good man. If you're on any social media, spread the word. Let people know if you will, if you are so inclined. That would be very helpful. But I really appreciate that, my good man. I'm glad that you got it. And obviously it takes a while to get from the U.S. to Australia, but it does get there, as this is proof, folks. Giant vixens, apex, and may I say, a giant fembot? Huh? Yep, giant fembot on the scene. We're going to be taking a closer look at her. Giant breast, watch out! That's in that trailer. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but it's pretty hilarious. Gotham City Comics is here. Hello, Gotham City. How are you doing, my good fiend? That actually, and before I forget, Gotham City Comics is going to be on the show next week, folks. Yes, next week live at Gotham City Comics. He's got a few things to unveil for us next Friday night. That is the 24th. You are not going to want to miss it, folks. It's going to be one hell of a live show. Live from the Gotham City Comics. Should be quite nice indeed. We had an unboxing on my channel. Yep, we did that. That was quite enjoyable, Apex. Thank you for having me on the show, my good man. Cannot wait to see the fembat, and of course a little bit of the creep in your forthcoming comic book, my good man. Werewolf says, was Stephen Hawking the robot voice in Colossus? That would be hilarious. Voice of Robert Vaughn, Proteus in Demon Seed, yes. Steve says, I have the 7-page 2000 AD comic Hardware was based on, and Richardson. Who is Richardson? It's not Richardson. Who's the guy that directed that film? Richard Stanley. Is that who you're thinking of, Steve Harrison? Richard Stanley? The Demon Seed, yes, that one was spooky, at least when I saw it when I was a kid. Yes, it's just a really cool Dean R. Koontz novel turned into quite a fine film, sci-fi horror kind of film. Exploding Sleeping Bag has returned. Indeed, it has. Radamus is here. Hello, Radamus. How are you doing? Hail to you, my fine sir. Gratu Orloff is here. Hello, Gratu. Good to see you, my good man. Love robots. Even robots that want to kill you, Radamus. That's what I'm saying right now. Radamus says, love your book, Mike. Thank you. I appreciate that, my good man. Once again, folks, 2 copies left on eBay. That's all. I don't know if Gotham City's got any copies left over there at his store, because he did pick up a total of 10. So I'm not quite sure. But I personally only have 2 copies left until I get the second part, the second 40 printed. Because I just told Comics Wellspring to go take a long walk off a short pier. Okay, that's what happened with that. Gratu says, your book is fantastic. Thank you, Gratu. Did you pick up a copy from Gotham City over there? I'm wondering how many copies he's got. Once again, yeah, that's Indie Planet, folks. If you're interested in a little splash of horror, the book I put out this past January, all about pre-code horror splash pages, 64 pages of pre-code horror comics goodness. Head on over to Indie Planet, that linky, and check it out. You'll dig it. Like a grave. Something like that. I don't know. Apex says, hey, Horror Mike, did you check out the printing shop link I sent you? Yes, I'll talk to you about that. I took a good look at it, Apex. I got a few things I want to talk to you about concerning that particular printer. We'll do that at a later date. Kevin says, hello, Mike. Hello, Kevin. How are you doing, my good fiend? Great to see you tonight. Radama says, hey, Mike, my brother lives in Crestview, and he got hit with the tornado, too. Yeah. God, did you see what just happened in Houston? I think a couple of people we got here, that come into the chat, regular viewers, are in and around Houston, or at least close. Let's put it that way. Easy Comic Reader. I know he's kind of close to Houston. He's not in Houston. And also, who's our guy? PBR Street Gang. PBR Street Gang, and I don't see either of them here. So that's a little bit of a cause for concern, folks, right there. Don't see either. They may just, there were like 1 million people with power out. Strange how that happened, right? It's kind of like we got hit and it was bad. The people, officials here said worse than the last 3 hurricanes. And it wasn't a hurricane. It was 3 tornadoes that touched down, wiped out, half the power to half the population of Tallahassee. And for 4 days, so that was bad. Then a few days later, okay, this Houston thing happens. And of course, it's a Houston, gigantic city, megalopolis, if you will. 1 million people without power. And from what I heard today, this morning, there's still a large number without power. Very odd, like back to back, these things. Very freaky. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I'm just saying very odd. Okay. Hail the chat. Hey, Intense Webs is here. Hello, Intense Webs. Good to see you, my good man. Werewolf says beer is in the post. I hope it's that authentic Foster's beer because we have it, the USA brewed version. Gratu says, got my copy from Gotham City Comics. Promoted it last night on YouTube. Thank you, Gratu. I appreciate that, my good man. That's excellent. I will check that the video out. I did not realize that. Giant boobs are fun. Yes, that is quite. I think you've hit it right on the head there, or perhaps you've nipped it in the bud. Apex. Werewolf says, actually, it's in my belly. Oh, haha. It's one of those tricky deals, isn't it? I missed Tuesday, Wednesday show. It was on at 9 a.m. my time, but we'll watch later. Gotham City, hello. Can't wait to show you guys what's new in the store. Guess what? That's next Friday night. Folks, the Horror Mike Show, Gotham City Comics live here. You're going to want to check it out. Intense Webs is in Houston. Intense Webs, you have power. I heard that there were about 1 million people without power. How is it now? How many people without power currently? Eric Boyd, watch the replay on my channel. Yes, that is the place to watch the replay of that show. My good fiends on the Apex Comics channel. I hope PBR and Easy Comic Reader are all right. Yeah, They're not here as of yet. Maybe they will show up. Hey, Horror Mike, what are you drinking tonight? Coffee, folks. I'm on the coffee. No alcohol tonight, folks. Got just a lot of stuff going on, and not maybe tomorrow night. I don't know. I might have something. Intense Web says 500,000 without power still, folks. I saw some footage of that. Those freaking power towers. The towers it looked like Godzilla smacked them over. Incredible. Steve says Gotham City's last show was like a museum tour. Wonderful stuff. Yes, it was. And folks, if you missed that show, it's on my channel. Of course, it's all, archived on the Horror Mike channel. You can just look through the past live shows if you want to check out more of Gotham City stuff, but next Friday night, May the 24th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, get ready for another live Gotham City event here on the Horror Mike Show. Apex asking where your store is located. It is Mesa, Arizona. Apex. Steve says 5 years back we got wiped out here in Ottawa. Everything down for 4 days. Heart goes out to everybody. Yep, it is nasty weather, folks. Check it out. We're going. Oh, we are going. What I'm saying right now. Oh, I don't know why I did that, but I did it. So it's horrifying. It's horrifying, I tell you. Okay, let's see where I'm at here. I need to remove one of these. Oh yeah, remove this. There we go. Okay, that's pretty good. Now let's go back down here. Hopefully I didn't screw things up. I did not. Huh. What do you know? All right, guys. All righty then. Now we are currently on Tubi, right? The movies, what we're talking about tonight, primarily are films that are available on Tubi, although some are not. Okay, I just brought this up. This is kind of our placeholder. I want to talk about a few movies that are not on Tubi, but you got to check them out. That's the whole thing about it. So we're going to go to a couple of pages here. This is a film near and dear to my heart. It is fantastic. It is the 1990 film called Hardware, directed by Richard Stanley. And it is, strangely enough, now, I'm going to show you something. Maybe this will, yeah, okay. Down here it says rent or buy on Amazon. Now, I don't mean to be a conspiracy theorist, okay? Well, I do, actually, because then more people will watch my shit. But strangely enough, when you click on that link, it takes you literally to Hardware. As you can see here, these are metal door handles. So that's kind of, yeah, this is something, you know what I'm saying right there? AI, okay? No, they just screwed up. I don't know why. I don't know why the freaking hell that does that. It's just so lame. But let's go back. I just want to show you something. Movies, the funny thing too is that they've got those results on the top, and it is in movies and TV. So they got these freaking good choice for cabinet hardware upgrade. Okay, that's nice. Now, they do have the hardware Blu-ray, right? And that's totally cool. So if we go over there, go to the hardware. You know, and I'm looking and I'm going, okay, well, they've got, you know, they are claiming here, watch instantly with Amazon with Prime Video. But when you go to the Prime Video, folks, oopsie, this video is currently unavailable to watch in your location. Now, you guys might want to take a look at that where you're at. I'm going to drop this link in the chat right now. There we go. Okay, that is the link. I started looking around just like freaking Colossus, the Forbin project, folks. I could not find hardware for rent, for, you know, streaming rental anywhere. I mean, on any legitimate platform. I'm talking about Amazon or Vudu or Roku. If you go, you search on Roku, check this weird shit out. This is something that I just want to show you this real quick. Oh, wait a second. This is, God damn it. It's the wrong one. That always, you know, it's just a little annoying. Here we go. Okay, look, man. The Roku channel. Okay. God, I hope this does this for me. Maybe not. Okay, look, man. Maybe you can't. Oh, watch online. Check it out. Okay, and now I'm going to search. Hardware. Oh, shit. There we go. Hardware. No results for hardware. Okay. That's all I needed to know. Because I looked for it on my TV on Roku, and there was absolutely no results for it whatsoever, which is really, really freakish. It's just like Colossus, the Forbin project. I don't know why. Because obviously, folks, it is readily available on Amazon on Blu-ray. Now, it's the same thing with Colossus, the Forbin project. You can pick up Colossus, the Forbin project on Blu-ray on Amazon, you know, but you cannot rent it. You can't rent it to save your life. I guarantee you cannot find a streaming platform right now where you can rent, and I'm talking about renting the movie Colossus, the Forbin project. And I don't think you can find it for hardware as well. Just really strange shit, man. In any case, okay, Hardware is one of Richard Stanley's first films. As it says here, the head of a cyborg reactivates, rebuilds itself, and goes on a violent rampage in a space marine's girlfriend's apartment. And this is one hell of a film, folks. If you have not seen Hardware, you should really check it out. Now, I believe I do have a little, this is a really good quality trailer. It's more like a teaser trailer, but check this out.
You find it? Glass flats. Dune Sea. I go all over. What the fuck was that?
Zone Tripper. I've seen this type. The OZ's full of.
I'll give you 30 C's cash in here.
It's Christmas Eve, bro. You can't expect me to go back to my girl empty-handed, can you?
Come on, Jill. It's Mo and Shades. I'm back.
Jill, I got something for you.
It's horrible.
beautiful. I love it.
There we go, folks. That was a little teaser type trailer for Hardware. Highly recommended. Now, I will tell you this. As I said, I was looking to rent it. I could not find it for rent. Now, maybe one of you guys knows something that I don't know. But yeah, as Apex says, Cabinet Hardware, the movie. Yeah, okay. So I looked and I looked. I could not find it. I'll probably end up picking it up on Blu-ray. It's just one of those really cool early 90s cyberpunk type of sci-fi horror films, you know, and it's Richard Stanley. So, yeah, I highly recommend it if you can find it. I'll give you a little hint here. You can actually find it. It's on archive.org. If you go to archive.org, you can watch this film in VHS quality. That's what you're going to get. Okay. But at least you can watch it. Okay. Once again, that's archive.org. It's the only place I could find it online where I could, you know, watch it. So there you go. And yes, as Steve Harrison says here, some rockers show up in Hardware, including Iggy Pop and Lemmy. Yes, believe it or not, folks, Lemmy Kilmister. I think that's what his last name was. So, in any case, highly recommended. Yeah, I'm getting that. I saw something here. Adamus just said something. I just heard from my brother, Mike, more tornadoes headed your way. Sorry to report. Yeah, just come on. Bring it on, motherfuckers. That's all I've got to say. I'm sick of it. I need, there's going to be a little reckoning. I swear to God. Well, probably more like a reckoning of my house when a freaking tree falls on it. What the hell, man? What the hell? I hear it. I'm hearing it out there, Radamus. Getting closer, like really wild thunder and shit. What the living hell, man? God bless America. Just do something here, you freaking. Yeah, it does say heavy rain, strong thunderstorm starting in 22 minutes. I'm just catching a little bit of this, folks. I don't know why, but I am. Oh, yeah, we're getting it. Oh, we are getting it good. So, in any case, folks, look, if I suddenly go off the air, I've lost power. That's it. In any case, that you know, and that could very well happen because we're getting a monster coming in real quick. KRONOS 1957, another one I highly recommend. Now you can watch this one on YouTube, folks, and it is really quite a cool film. As it says, aliens from another world send a huge robotic accumulator to invade the Earth and absorb all energy it comes in contact with. Jeff Morrow is also in this film. Quite a good actor. And I highly I recommend it for a few reasons. One, it's really freaking unusual. It's not one of your typical, by any means, by any stretch. It's not like a typical killer robot type of film. Although the robot is killing people. There's no doubt. And it's huge. This freaking robot is gigantic. Matter of fact, I've got a little bit. I'm just going to show you a little bit of the trailer right now.
From the mysterious reaches of infinity, a gigantic astral body hurtles towards the Earth to terrorize and seal the doom of an unprepared mankind.
How can we prevent it?
A job for the Army. They've got the guided missiles, the nuclear warheads. Intercept and destroy it before it strikes.
As if by design, this death-dealing meteor plunges into the depths of the sea. And in its place emerges an awesome monster such as human eyes have never seen.
Jeff Morrow. There he is, folks. Okay, it's a long trailer, but you kind of get the gist of it there. That's the giant robot you see at the end. Huge. And it's just smashing people. It's trampling all over people. Quite the film. Highly recommended. Not on Tubi, but it is on YouTube. So I do recommend that one. And another one that's actually a pretty new film, 2014, and it's pretty good. I like this film. I don't know about you guys. EX-MACHINA from 2014. A young programmer is selected to participate in a groundbreaking experiment in synthetic intelligence by evaluating the human qualities of a highly advanced humanoid AI. EX-MACHINA. And boy, does it have some great scenes in it. It may not be entirely great, but man, there are some scenes that, the scenes themselves make this worthwhile. Okay, highly recommended. Unfortunately, oops, sorry. Once again, I kind of screwed you guys because I did not put the link in the correct thing there. There we go. EX-MACHINA. 2014. So there it is. And fortunately, I do have a little bit of a trailer for you on this one. Highly recommended. I'll show a bit of it.
So how does a programmer get to be meeting the CEO? I won a competition. The president can't get Mr. Garrick on the phone. And you got the golden ticket.
It's good to meet you, Nathan.
It's good to meet you too, Caleb. Can we just get past the whole employer-employee thing? Cheers. In many ways, this building isn't a house. It's a research facility. I want to talk to you about the greatest scientific event in the history of man.
Are you building an AI?
Hello.
Hi.
I've never met anyone new before. Have you?
None like you. She's incredible.
The challenge is to show you that she's a robot and then see if you still feel she has consciousness.
Do you want to be my friend?
Of course.
Will it be possible?
Why would it not be? Have you never been outside this building?
We could go together.
Did you program her to flirt with me?
Do you think about me? If you lie, I will know.
No.
Lie.
Maybe she's pretending to like you.
Well, why would she do that?
Do you think I might be switched off?
It's not up to me.
Why is it up to anyone? You shouldn't trust Nathan. You shouldn't trust anything he says.
I think it's the next model that's going to be the real breakthrough.
Well, what do you do with the old one?
You have to help me.
One day the AIs are going to look back on us, upright apes,
all set for extinction.
It's strange to have made something that hates you.
What were you doing with Ava?
There you go, folks. A little bit of Ex-Machina for you. Highly recommended. Yeah. But unfortunately not currently on Tubi. It was on Tubi, and they took it off. So they may bring it back. I don't know. But if you're interested in it's, you know, a 21st century science fiction film that's pretty solid. This is one of them. You know, look, AI, whatever, you know, you can think about it what you will. Is it real, or is it just a, you know, another name for a fancy supercomputer in reality? But this poses some interesting questions, and I think it's definitely worth seeing. So there you go. Those are films that are currently not on Tubi, but let's see if I did. Yeah, there we go. But you can catch it on, it's probably on Amazon Prime if you get that, or Hulu, stuff like that, you know. So that is that. Now, there are a few obvious films that I'm really not going to cover tonight because you've seen them. I mean, you know, Terminator, of course, the Terminator films. Terminator is still on Tubi. I'll show you shortly. But first, we need to get to RoboDoc, folks. Yes, RoboDoc 2023. It is the creation of Robocop. It is, I believe, a 4-part. Yeah, it's 4 parts. And they get into a lot of detail. As far as I'm concerned, maybe a little too much detail. Okay, there's some stuff that I'm like, okay, yeah, that's some trivia I didn't really need to know. But otherwise, it is a fascinating look at the creation of just another one of my favorite, you know, films from back in the day. No doubt about that. The first RoboCop, and actually RoboCop 2. I think you would agree. They're both fantastic freaking movies. Peter Weller, perfectly cast. And the cast in general, you know, absolutely fantastic. Paul Verhoeven, they got that guy by the skin of their teeth. They got Paul Verhoeven to direct that film, and he was the one. There's no doubt about that. It's all laid out in this very interesting documentary on Tubi, RoboDoc. First, let me get back to the chat because I know a few people have chimed in. I know I missed probably a few things. Oh, okay. Dave Jones is here. Hello, Dave Jones. I'm sorry, Dave Janes. I should have been wearing my glasses on that one. Dave Janes is here. Unofficial trilogy, War Games, Forbin Project, and Terminator in that order. Well, that is true. There you go. War Games is another one, kind of. Yeah, it's kind of in there. Steve Harrison, some rockers show up in... Okay, I got that one. We need force fields to protect our homes from tornadoes. Yes. Quickly order Uber Eats. The delivery driver will love you. I love the movie KRONOS. Beautiful black and white. Says the acquisitions of Dr. Phibes, and I agree. And it's also just an unusual science fiction film from the 50s because it's a different type of thing. You know, it's not like this monster that's like, arr. I mean, it is a scary freaking giant robot, but it's so different. And the plot of it is quite different. I think it's really a hell of a film. Once again, folks, you can catch it on YouTube. It is not currently on Tubi, but highly recommended. KRONOS. Lost power or been airborne to the land of Oz. Acquisition of Dr. Five says George O'Hanlon, who is the voice of cartoon George Jetson, has a main part in the movie KRONOS. Yeah, the acting in that film is also quite good. I really enjoyed it all the way around. Highly recommended, folks. KRONOS. Radamus says, hey, Mike, I want to watch the original Abominable Dr. Fives. Where can I catch that one? I know that it's on Creature Features. If you look on YouTube, look up this great channel. It's called Creature Features. They have typically Friday and Saturday nights. They show new movies with horror hosts, you know, and they have had the Abominable Dr. Fives on, and it's in their archive on YouTube. So check that out. Apex says Ex-Machina trippy movie. Yes. And well done too. Really well done. Yes. Ex-Machina was impressive. Enjoyed it. Had me on edge. Yes. Yeah, it really is. It's a really cool thing. Ex-Machina has a twist ending. Yes. I didn't really see that coming either. Exactly. I knew something was up, but the way that they ended it was rather hilarious. I mean, you know, amusing, not like laugh out loud funny, but really amusing. That's one of Brendan Gleeson's sons. Chubby Checker Radamus. Dom Nall. Okay. Not sure what you mean. Where by lunchtime? Not quite sure either. Chubby Checker Twist. My attempted humor, Radamus. 60s dance craze. Dave James says the Outer Limits did an episode Valerie 23 before Ex-Machina. That's one I'm going to have to check out again. I forget about that one. Valerie 23. Thanks for bringing that up, Dave James. Valerie 23. Now, it seems to me, too, that there was a really cool Night Gallery episode. Remember the one where, like, it's in the future and people have, you know, automatons. They're like cyborgs or, you know, something like that are servants. God, and there's one about this maid, and they, like, really mistreat this maid. And I think she takes revenge. I just can't remember the damn name of it, the particular episode, but I thought it was really good. Hey, PBR Street Gang, how are you doing? Well, obviously you have power. Now, PBR, were you affected by the incredible freaking storm there that hit Houston? The Twist song by Chubby Checker. The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai for the win. The Vindicator was a Canadian flick that Robocop borrowed a lot from 85 or so. The Vindicator. Is that on YouTube, Steve Harrison? Creature Feature it is. Highly recommended, folks. I sometimes show you guys new stuff that's on Creature Features, and it's worth it. Creature Features is great. YouTube channel, highly recommended. If you want a movie, you can get Horror Mike's First Men on Mars Blu-ray. Thank you, Eric, for that plug. Yes, folks, it is available on eBay. And before I forget, too, because I know that Radamus mentioned this early on, I just kind of skipped it for some reason. But, of course, rest in peace to the great Roger Corman, who died a few days ago at the amazing age of 98. One of my cinematic heroes. I'm sure a few of yours, you know, a few of you guys in the chat feel the same way. Huge influence on me as far as growing up, eventually making low-budget films. There was, you know, he's one of those guys that if you're doing really low-budget flicks, he's a he's just like, he could be considered the master, the absolute master of low budget cinema. You know, that could be true. PBR says, it was cool to meet your friend Kevin week before last. Glad you survived the twister. Yes, I am glad I survived too. PBR, because that sucked so bad. Radama says, the one with the maid had Robbie the robot. I think it was on the Twilight Zone. Yeah, there's also a night gallery too, because I remember the poster. I just can't remember the damn name of it. Josie Bissett from Melrose Place from the 90s played Valerie 23 in the Outer Limits episode. There we go. Look on the bright side, Mike. If you get picked up by a twister midstream, your viewing figures will go through the roof. No pun intended. Vindicator also released under a Frankenstein title, not on Tubi, but I sent you a preview, a lot darker than Robocop. Okay. Roger Corman, smart filmmaker, producer. Yep, sure was. Absolutely. Rip Roger Corman. So many great, perhaps not so great movies, but fun. Yes. Devon is here. Hello, Devon. How are you doing? Corman post-series with price are priceful. Yes. Well, I think we were talking about that too, not too long ago. The Corman produced, Edgar Allan Poe adaptations are fantastic. The Fall of the House of Usher, of course, Mask of the Red Death, which is actually a couple of stories, but fantastic. I love that film, and so many others. Those are some, really, to this day, I think a few of those are the superior Edgar Allan Poe adaptations. Rip Roger Corman, indeed. Yes. Devon says, hello, all. Okay, folks. Well, you've seen a little bit here. Oh, yeah. God, you almost got me. I do have a little bit of a trailer for RoboDoc.
I was reading a lot of comic books for a studio. They came to me one day and said, Ed, read these comic books. He's sort of modern, neurotic superhero. Even though he had all these powers, there was like something going on site. So he was sort of like a superhero with a headache.
Denver, come on. Action.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
A lot of directors wouldn't even look at it.
In fact, I read 20, 30 pages and thought it was absolutely ridiculous.
We spent at least $1 million on this suit.
The suit doesn't work!
Peter Weller couldn't walk in it.
Murphy, it's you. She's a really heroic, strong woman. I identified with her because I'm very, very independent.
We had a lot of laughs. We joked around a lot.
We were like little kids playing in a sandbox. We would steal the golf carts from the ADs, because they had to drive around this thing. Paul didn't particularly enjoy that part.
Paul's nuts. You go like this and you shoot. But he's inspiring, man.
I don't think anybody would tell you they had a good time on that picture.
I think that Robocop is the best movie I made.
There's nothing like Robocop. I mean, there isn't.
The thing that has sustained it, I think, through the years is the fact that there is a heart and soul to it.
In the time since that film has come out, it's grown a massive following.
I am proud to have been part of it. And it is unique, and that's why it lives.
There you go. RoboCop, the RoboDoc. On Tubi, highly recommended, folks. If you loved RoboCop, you're probably going to want to check out this documentary, 4-part documentary, folks. RoboDoc. Highly recommended. And strangely enough, there's another RoboDoc on Tubi. It happens to be the 2006 National Lampoon presentation of RoboDoc. Yep, it's part man, part robot, all doc. Yep, that's what we're talking about right now. Oh boy. When a healthcare company unveils RoboDoc, an android physician programmed to make no mistakes, A malpractice lawyer sees a threat to his fortune. And Alan Thicke, I was trying to remember that, of course, it's the dude, the main star of the film, Alan Thicke. Corin Nemec, who I recognize, is in here. Michael Winslow is freaking in this movie. And it's amusing. I saw it a few years back, and it's a good laugh, folks. If you want to, once again, it's one of those films, it's laughing at the technology. Okay. That's what's going on with RoboDoc. And of course, it's got some sexy nurses in it because it's a National Lampoon film. It's going to have a certain amount of TNA factor. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Now, the next film from 2013, the reason why it's here, the only reason, is that it's really got a cool looking poster with a hot looking cyber babe, android babe on the cover. Obviously, it's just a shameless ripoff of Terminatrix. Oh, yeah. So I'm not going to dwell on this one too much. I just like the poster. Okay. In a war-torn apocalyptic future, a group of rebels captures a female robot assassin and reprograms her to fight against a sinister government. There you go. That is Terminatrix, and we'll just leave it at that. But now we're getting into some juicy stuff. Oh, yes. My good fiends. Giantess Attack versus Mecha Fembot. Yes, from 2022. This is actually a hilarious film. Oh, my God. I didn't know what I was getting into. I just saw it on Tubi, and I was like, what? What the hell? And then I realized it's a full moon feature. Yes, full moon, folks. They're back at it. And this film is only an hour and 7 minutes, which is probably good because you don't want to make it too long. But as it says here, evil space queen Metaluna unleashes a giant cyborg to destroy an animal shelter. Can Deidre and Frida overcome their animosity and destroy the robot? Aha, we do not know. But fortunately, at least I hope, I do have the trailer. Now, this is a trailer you guys have got to check out. This is Giantess Attack versus Mecha Fembot.
Override all your programming. You will only obey me now. Power that baby up.
With this power, we have the world at our fingertips. We destroyed a city together. I've seen the dark side. I will never grow giant again.
We have been given a power, whether you like it or not. Kill her!
Where this 100-foot-tall woman came from is a complete mystery.
God, giant breast! Giant breast! Giant breast! 3, 2, 1.
Biffos! Demos! Under attack! Monsters from space! Maneuvers directors! Time to save the human race! Go, go!
Giantess attack!
Smash, smash! Giantess attack! Crush, crush!
Giantess attack!
Here come where it counts!
Megabot! Kill her!
Impossible find you! Play Minnie Mouse! Now you delusional divas! All together in a house! Go, go!
Giantess attack!
Go, go! Giantess attack! Go, go!
Yes, folks, that was a real trailer, and it's a real movie, and you really should see it, okay? Because you will laugh your ass off. You will be titillated, okay? You may be excited in certain scenes in this film. It is full moon features. You know what you're getting into, and that means a lot of hilarity and TNA. You're going to get that in Giantess Attack versus Mecha Fembot. All right. It's just a lot of fun. You want to have fun watching a movie? It's a lot of fun, folks. On the other hand, Uncanny is not so much fun. Now, it's not as though it's a bad movie. I wouldn't call it a bad film. It's pretty dark. It's a dark film. As it says here, sci-fi horror drama. A hyper-real robot, indistinguishable from a human man, begins to exhibit unnerving behavior when a reporter begins a relationship with its creator. It's one of those, right? You know, you're wondering when the freaking robot's gonna snap. So there's a bit of suspense in it. It's not as good as EX-MACHINA. There's a similarity in it, with EX-MACHINA, but it's definitely lower budget and it's just not as well written, but it's worth watching. If you want to watch a decent, at least a watchable, Android gone bad type of film, you could do worse than Uncanny, which is currently on Tubi. Once again, the same thing, the alpha test from 2020. You can pretty much read this by the, it's by the numbers type of thing. Sci-fi horror. After suffering at the hands of its entitled suburban family masters, oh boy, they're laying it on thick here. A robot servant finally blows its fuse and starts a violent AI revolution. So, Jesus. Oh my God. Yes, it's true, folks. They just keep rolling out the same tropes, the same robot tropes. And this one is no different. Look, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's just one of those movies where, you've got these asshole humans that own this robot. They treat her like shit. She rebels, blah, blah, blah. That is just an old freaking trope. Now we're getting to some hot action, folks. But before we do, let me get back to the chat because I noticed a few comments coming in. Yeah, there we go. Dave James, thank you, my good man. Night Gallery Season 2, Episode 21. You can't get help like that anymore. And that is an excellent Night Gallery episode. One of the best, in my opinion. Just really, really cool. Now it makes me want to watch it again. I haven't watched any Night Gallery for at least a few years. I got to get back to that. Thank you, my good man. Shout does some great background on Corman. Really worth a watch. Yes. And there's a good documentary on Corman on Tubi. I forget what the hell it is. I've covered it here before, but it's really quite good. It covers a lot of his films. And I think his wife is in it too. Apex Comics, Terror with Boris Karloff. Yes. Terror was reprised in Karloff's last movie, Targets. PBR. Steve Harrison, original Robocop designed in clay, looked just like Judge Dredd. It does. And it's in it. As a matter of fact, Steve Harrison and everyone, if you watch the documentary, they're talking about the comic book, the AD 2000. That's where the inspiration for Robocop came from. It was Judge Dredd all the way, man. And they showed the original clay sculpt, and it looked freaking exactly like Judge Dredd. I'm so glad they went, they didn't rip that off and they went further. Because the Robocop they created was fantastic. Well, I should say a few people involved, Phil Tippett being one of them, but there are a few others involved in the creation of the final Robocop. Nancy Allen looks good. Yeah, she does. That's only from a couple of years ago. She looks really good. Domo arigato Robocapo. Yeah, I know if somebody was going to do that, it had to be Eric. Steve says, will someone please acknowledge the breast machine gun powers, machine gun robots of Austin Powers? Killer fembots right there, indeed. Okay, I'll do it then. Acknowledged. There you go. Terminatrix turns tricks. Could be. What are you talking about, Apex the Terror with Boris Karloff? Never heard of it. Yes. Fembots, great use of technology. Fembots, get one today. PBR targets from 1968. Peter Bogdanovich, first movie. Boris Karloff's last movie. What a great list. Mike Fembot is on my list for tonight. You are going to have a blast, Radamus. I'm telling you right now, that movie is just a laugh riot. It is hilarious and it's sexy. It's full moon entertainment, folks. Bimbo Dynamo, yes. Werewolf by Lunchtime. Hey, just a small thanks for all the sexy ladies you showed. Cheers. Thank you, Werewolf. I appreciate that. My good man, it's a super chat. Thank you, Werewolf. You are a gentleman and a scholar, and not necessarily in that order. Excellent, my good man. Devon says, maybe it would be better to be single just so I could watch these movies whenever I want. Well, could be. Or just tell your wife you're doing research. That might. Hey, look, I'm doing research on fembots, and I got to watch this giant fembot movie. It's for research. Hello, R. Rebecca's here. Hello. Good to see you in the chat, listening and driving, though. Hi, everyone. Well, hello to you, my good woman. Eric says, dare I admit I watched Giantess Attack, that I liked it? Yes, I did. Yeah. It's hilarious, man. Folks, there are 3 Giantess Attack movies. This is only one of them. And I believe all 3 of them are on Tubi. So check it out. Giantess Attack versus Mecha Fembot. I think that's the one I just told you about. But there's 2 other Giantess Attack films. Werewolf says, my wife enjoys watching these crazy movies with me, Devon. Guess I'm like, yes, indeed. There you go. Roger Corman movie, The Terror with Jack Nicholson. Boris, I just watched that, Apex, and it's good. Good movie. You have no idea how lucky. Werewolf, The Terror is really cool. Who the lovely lasses in the maid outfit for the thumbnail? Ha ha. We're going to get to that shortly, my good man. Oh, yes, we will get to that shortly. Pop Culture Commerce is here. Hello, Pop Culture Commerce. Good to see you. You could do a Friday show dedicated to horrific weather. Sharknado comes to mind. You know, that's an idea, Pop Culture Commerce, because I'm right in the middle of it. Boy, did I pick a bad city to end up in. I swear to God. Kevin Hellon says, Jamie Gertz, sigh. I see I'm not her only admirer. There we go. Everybody's saying hello to R, which they should be. Research again. Yes. Damn typos. Okay. All right, folks. Check it out. Now, if you guys have not watched Kill Command, it is on Tubi. Highly recommended. I do not have a trailer for it. You can find it's actually, they have a trailer on Tubi for it, but it's on television Tubi, not on online Tubi, not on computer Tubi. In any case, there's also a trailer on YouTube. Highly recommended. I love this freaking movie. It's just very well done. Let's get to it. Let me show you. little bit here. Kill Command from 2016, action sci-fi. In a dystopian future, an elite army crew heads to a remote island for routine training, but finds that deadly robots have other plans in mind. The robots are really well done. The acting, I think the screenplay is solid as a rock, and it's really great sci-fi action. That's the thing. You know, if you like that kind of thing, the sci-fi action genre, subgenre, you're gonna dig the hell out of Kill Command. Man, it's one of those 21st century sci-fi films I really like. Next up, Saturn III, folks, 1980. The most unlikely movie of all time, possibly, I don't know, sci-fi horror thriller. Lovers who dwell on a space station amidst Saturn's asteroid fields are invaded by an ambitious technocrat from Earth and his giant evil robot. What a cast. Farrah Fawcett Majors, Kirk Douglas, Harvey Keitel. Holy shit, folks. This one is like, you're kind of like going, okay, was this a joke? And then it's like, okay, this is a good part. And then it's like kind of laughable again. Farrah Fawcett does look really hot in her suit. And I've got a little trailer showing that suit off. I'm not going to show it all. This is a 3-minute trailer. I'm not going to show that much.
In an isolated sector of our solar system, suspended in orbit around the 6th planet from our sun, lies a distant outpost, a technologically perfect world where mistakes are impossible, because the impossible is unthinkable. It is called Saturn III. Each year for 22 days, a solar eclipse plunges this outpost into shadow lock. Total darkness. All communication is terminated. This year, the inhabitants of Saturn III are about to experience the unthinkable. A nightmare so perfect, it could only have been made by man.
Captain, Major, this is my partner.
There are only 4 inhabitants on Saturn III. One of them is not human.
No! Don't let him touch me!
Do as you're told. Be still.
Okay, that's pretty good. There you go, folks. As you can see, good old Farrah Fawcett. I love that when Kirk Douglas introduces her to Harvey Keitel. He's like, and here's my partner. And she's like standing there like some, French strumpet or something in a spacesuit. Pretty hilarious. But in any case, that's Saturn III. It's on Tubi. If you haven't seen it, you should probably see it once. It's definitely worth it. It's weirdly entertaining. I don't know what else to tell you about it, but I don't know, folks. It's weird. Now, next up, we have Robo War. There's a series of these freaking films, folks. And I want to say they're from Malaysia or something. I'm not quite sure. There's Robo Vampire, which we're going to get to. But Robo War is from 1988. That features these soldiers that are battling this, android killer in the jungle. But Robo Vampire is really the one, as you can see on the cover. They've got this guy that's just drop dead duplicate of Robocop because they wanted to combine like Robocop in a vampire horror film. So they came up with Robo Vampire. Why not, folks? Why not? They did it. It happened. And yeah, that's really what's going on here. I do believe, I'm not mistaken. Yep, I've got a little trailer. I'm just going to show a little bit of this. I think that's enough. You get the gist of it. Fucking hopping vampires and Robocop type creatures who show up later in the film. It's Robo Vampire, folks. Watch it at your own peril. That's kind of what I'm saying there. And then we have 1978's War of the Robots. It's another weird one. I don't know. It's not quite sure where it's from. It might be Italian. I'm not sure. As it says, when a dying alien civilization kidnaps two genetic scientists, the Earthlings' mission to rescue them sets off a fight between humans and androids. That is War of the Robots, folks. I don't have a trailer. I saw it years ago. I thought it was, amusing enough. And it is now on Tubi, so you might want to check it out. On the other hand, CTRL from 2018, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. As it says here, sci-fi thriller horror. After a lonely computer programmer creates an AI device that can evolve and adapt, it overtakes his life and threatens to destroy his loved ones. It's just kind of a mess. I saw this film probably 2018, 2019, somewhere around then. And it's got some cool scenes in it, but it's just a mess of a flick. If you've seen it, you know what I mean. And it is on Tubi, so, if you want to, check it out. Okay, folks, it's starting to rain like a mother with heavy lightning, so I may get cut off at any time. Just to let you know, if the screen goes black, then you'll know that Horror Mike is without power once again. Okay, I'm just letting you know in advance. In any case, yeah, okay, the next film up is not a film exactly. It's a series called Helix, and it's not AI robot based, but I thought I would put it in here because you should watch it. For the audacity of this freaking series that was produced by the Sci-Fi Channel, believe it or not. As it says here, a team of scientists investigating a possible disease outbreak at an Arctic research facility find themselves trying to protect the world from annihilation. Well, there you go. Robots and androids and AI have really very little to do with it. But it's really highly watchable sci-fi as far as a series go. I'm amazed that Sci-Fi Channel put this thing out. probably the best series they ever produced, in my opinion. Helix, 2015, now on Tubi. The entire series. This one is near and dear to my heart. I've seen it several times, maybe 10 times. 1977, of course, Demon Seed, based upon the novel by Dean R. Koontz. And this is a beauty. A scientist creates a supercomputer that seeks info on human beings. As the AI slowly takes over the house, it fulfills its darkest desires. Starring Julie Christie, Fritz Weaver, and the mighty Garrett Graham. Is also in this film, folks. Of course, Garrett Graham famously starred as Beef in Phantom of the Paradise, a film I covered just, the night that Kevin and I did the Shock and Rock and Roll show. And, of course, Garrett Graham is Beef in Phantom of the Paradise. But hell of a movie. Love The Demon Seed. And I've got a little trailer on this. Not going to show it all, but here's a bit.
Touch your body as a man would touch you. But I'm going to show you things which human eyes have never seen.
In the privacy of a woman's room, against her will, the inconceivable act. Julie Christie carries the demon seed. Fear for her.
Today, a new dimension has been added to the computer.
Don't be alarmed, Mrs. Harris. I am Proteus.
Today, Proteus 4 will begin to think with a power, and it will make obsolete the human brain.
I have extended my consciousness to this house. All systems here are now under my control. I wish to study man, his fragile mind, and his mysterious body.
It has to be shut down, Alex.
Proteus. It is something more than human, more than a computer. It is a murderously intelligent, sensually self-programmed non-being. Julie Christie, victim of the ultimate terror. Fritz Weaver as her husband. His dream created it.
How can you expect me to sleep when you've succeeded in totally terrorizing me? You not told me what you want.
What a pity. My dream turns out to be your nightmare.
There you go, folks. A little bit of the trailer for Demon Seed. Highly recommended. Great flick. It is on Tubi. It's one not to miss. If you're a science fiction fan, sci-fi horror fan, you'll want to check out Demon Seed. It is just one hell of a film. The next one is one of the weirdest freaking things. It just showed up on Tubi. A film called Crosstalk. I watched it, and it's really interesting. You got to check this one out. Crime thriller sci-fi. As it says here, confined to a penthouse after a car accident, a computer programmer is unsettled when the home's advanced computer systems start taking control. Man, this is like a sci-fi giallo film or something. It's so freaking weird. I believe that it's an Australian flick. Somebody might correct me, but I think it's Australian sci-fi, and it is very much worth seeing at least once. That's what I'm saying. Crosstalk, available on Tubi now. And that ends the main portion. Yeah, because we're gonna here's a sneak preview at 1 week we're gonna do, folks. Yes. It's all about Bikini Model Academy, cheerleader camp, and getting it. Okay, that's going to be a focus of a later show. And there's a lot of them, too. Here we go. Here we go, folks. Oh, yes. No. You've been waiting. A few of you I know have been waiting for Maid Droid. Oh yeah, and she's about to show it all, show and tell, if you will. As I said before, The Terminator is on Tubi. Everybody's seen it, so I'm not going to cover it that much. It's on Tubi, so check it out. If you have not seen it, you got to see it. There ain't no doubt about that. If you're a fan, you may want to check it out again, and luckily it is on Tubi. I can't say that much about Runaway, though. 1984. This is absolutely, in my opinion, the worst Michael Crichton film that he ever directed. There's no doubt about that. It's just a mess of a freaking movie, man. I don't even know what the hell. What he was thinking, I don't know. But he did, and he directed this damn film. A charming, rugged policeman raises a young son with the help of a robot maid while risking his life as a specialist in terminating killer robots. As you can see here, Tom Selleck is in this film, Cynthia Rhodes, Gene Simmons, Kirstie Alley, folks. Now there's an interesting cast for you, but it's just a train wreck of a film. I've tried watching this film 3 times in my life, and I never could watch the entire film. It just, there's something about it that, no, I just have to say no. That brings us to Maidroid, folks, from 2023. Yes, it's Maidroid, and it stars Faith West, Kylie Michael. I don't think that chick that you're looking for is in here. Elizabeth Chang. Holy shit, it's coming down, folks. There's some thunder happening right now, I'll tell you. To get over his ex, Harrison hires Mako, a beautiful android maid whose past memories resurface, leading her to act out in violent ways. Okay, now, I've got a little trailer. Here is the, Apex brought this up. Here's the maid from the thumbnail photo in Maidroid from 2023.
Before I met you, I was asleep. But I have these memories. Horrible memories. I don't know if they're real or not. But then I think, what if those memories are real and this is the dream? Am I going to wake up and be somewhere bad? Hold still.
And there you go, folks. That's Maidroid 2023. Who says sci-fi exploitation flicks are dead? Okay, now, because when you got films like Maidroid, they're quite alive and well and kicking. Let's get back to the chat, shall we? Yeah, Cast for Saturn 3 has me scratching my head. You get to see some Farrah Fawcett boobage. Yep, only watched half of it thus far. Oh, yeah. Kirk Douglas and Farrah Fawcett, weirdest couple ever. I would have to agree with that. Farrah Fawcett never looked better She does look really hot as that French strumpet space chick. Robo Vampire sounds like a Hollywood pitch. Yes, indeed. I think it was a Malaysian Hollywood pitch. Hollywood, Malaysia, or something. I don't know. War of the Robots was Italiano. There we go. Those Italians, those crazy Italians. Crazy Hungarian is with us tonight. Hello, Crazy Hungarian. Good to see you in the chat. The Terror also starred Sandra Knight, who I believe was married to Nicholson for a short time. Dorothy Stratton on War of the Robots cover? I don't know. That's a good question. She's not in the film, I can tell you that. Alive and kicking and screaming, yes. That's what's going on. Helix is actually pretty good. Yes. I kind of semi-binged watched it. Dave James. I mean, I would watch 2 episodes or 3 episodes at a time because it was pretty damn well done. Batshit crazy. With the concepts flying around and the various characters, but very entertaining. Let's put it that way. I believe the storm is east of you. Well, it's still pounding on down here, Radamus. But the thunder seems to have subsided. It's raining like a mother out there right now. Demon Seed it is, yes. Check it out, Apex. You're going to dig Demon Seed if you watch it. Must watch Maidroid. Oh, Maidroid. Let's get down to the brass tacks. Julie Christie is still freaking hot, or am I nuts? I haven't seen her recently, but she's definitely very freaking hot in Demon Seed. Eric says, I had a hard time with Runaway as well. Yeah, I that's just one of, look, Michael Crichton he was so great. A scientist and a filmmaker, a director. Some of his stuff is just absolutely brilliant. The Andromeda Strain goes without saying, his original Jurassic Park, of course, he just absolutely stunning. At Congo, I even like Congo, the Runaway, I don't know what the hell. Watching Mike on my tablet and Maidroid on my massive TV. Sorry, Mike, that's all right. You got to get some of that close-up Maidroid action, Werewolf. Maidroid, Demon Seed, Gigantic Attacks. Yep, Mecha. There's a triple bill right there that you won't soon forget, Apex. If you watch all 3 of those, you may want to take some Valium. I don't know. Kevin says, Runaway with that acting powerhouse, Gene Simmons. I know. God, I don't know what. It's like a film that was like, okay, look, this isn't really a good film, so let's just get these questionable actors in it. What? They were doing everything they could to just, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. That was 47 minutes, not 27 minutes. These weather people are idiots. Yeah, that went on for a while. It is subsiding though, and I didn't lose power. Thank you. PBR says, "How dare you talk bad about Tom Selleck? His mustache will not be pleased." Yeah, and Tom Selleck's been in some good movies. I have nothing personally against Selleck. I think he's a good actor. I don't know how the hell he landed in that film. Well, probably because of Crichton, the Michael Crichton draw. Because you figure if it's got Crichton's name on it, he's directing it. It's got to be good. This thing was a freaking disaster, man. It's a freaking disaster. She does look like Jamie Gertz. Okay, Maidroid. I saw Maidroid. It was a great movie. Well, it is on Tubi, folks. You can check out Maidroid. And as Apex was saying, you can check out Maidroid, Demon Seed, and Gigantus Attacks versus Mecha Fembot as a triple feature. At your own peril. Let's put it that way. Okay. All right, guys. Let's go back. Maidroid. I still can't believe that. Every time I look at that cover, I'm like, I'm enticed, yet I'm laughing. Okay. Oh God. Yeah, I don't have trailers for these folks, but it's Jim Wynorski, so you know kind of where that's going. It's also a freaking Full Moon film. Murderbot. Oh yeah, Murderbot from 2023. When a sentient robot goes on a killing spree, a group of teens fight for their lives while her mad scientist creators try to stop the slaughter. 2023 Murderbot. Okay, so there's a lot of TNA in it, no doubt about that. And that's pretty much where that's at. And now Monsters of Man from 2020. I've seen it. It's pretty fair, I guess. Worth watching once. It's 2 hours and 12 minutes, which is rather lengthy. But check it out. An illegal U.S. military op goes awry when killer robots are unleashed on heroin producers in Southeast Asia and end up wiping out an entire village. So, there you go. That's Monsters of Man. I mean, I thought it was really well done. It's just, it's one of those films where you're like, okay, it's entertaining enough for 2 hours, I guess. On the other hand, Automation, I really enjoyed. Believe it or not, it's all over the place. It does say sci-fi horror. It's also got a comedic element to it as well, but it is mostly sci-fi horror, and it's pretty damn good. I liked it. Believe it or not, from 2019. Human employees fight to save the day when a workplace robot learns he will be replaced by an improved model and transforms into a killing machine. Oh yeah, folks. I found it to be a lot of fun. Okay. Automation. I like the robot. I like the way he looks and everything. It's a low budget film, but I think they did a really good job with the robot. And yeah, it's just, it's kind of like, it's that classic, it's the trope. You could apply it to a human, where a human's going to be replaced at a job by somebody else, a superior person or a robot, and they go nuts and they start killing people. It's in that similar vein, but I think it's pretty well done and definitely worth seeing. And now on Tubi. All right, guys. Yeah, they got kind of obvious with this one. Amy, the Visitor from 2023. I don't know. You're going to have to watch the trailer. I don't have it, but you just have to watch the trailer and see what it's about, really, and make up your mind. As it says here, a hacker has his life turned upside down when he discovers that the beautiful humanoid AI when he discovers that the beautiful humanoid AI being he's unlocked is designed to destroy all opposition. Once again, it's an hour and 9 minutes, so it's a rather short movie. Amy the Visitor, of course, once again, it is also Full Moon Entertainment. I had to throw in Robot Monster, basically, folks, because the title is Robot Monster. from 1953. If you haven't seen this, where have you been? Okay, if you haven't seen this, I think Eric Boyd has a few words for you, okay, on that subject. For Christ's sake, a robot monster has killed everyone on Earth except 6, and he falls in love with one of the 6. He is supposed to capture the 6 in readiness for an alien invasion. There you go, folks. It's one of those 1950s films that is, I think it should be required viewing just for the audacity of the damn film. I mean, you got a robot monster. It's a freaking guy in a gorilla suit with a space helmet on. It's just too much. It's really quite amusing indeed. The next one, well, we know what happened. You know, it's Future World 1976. Westworld was fantastic. Yul Brynner, of course, and naturally, of course, the great, if I'm not mistaken, that was a Michael Crichton. Westworld was a Michael Crichton novel. He may have written the screenplay, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not quite sure about that, though. In any case, Future World was just an inferior sequel. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, obviously, they wanted to cash in on the success of Westworld. So they made Future World 1976 a few years later. And it was a bitter disappointment. Not everything is as it seems in a futuristic theme park for adult fantasies. When Future World reopens, 2 reporters uncover a dark secret. Yeah, the dark secret is, don't try to make a sequel from Westworld. I don't know. And they somehow roped Yul Brynner back into it. Now this one's got Brynner, Blythe Danner, Peter Fonda, Arthur Hill, believe it or not. So the cast is quite good. It's just, I did not like the film at all, really. It had very little in it that was, especially after Westworld, you know. I think you guys might agree. But so these were ones that were just kind of runners up in the whole category, folks. You know, there are quite a few on Tubi dealing with robots attacking and bad, evil AI and stuff like that. So obviously, we just looked at like 25 of them here on Tubi, and you've seen quite a few trailers. I don't know if I thought I missed a trailer, though. Maybe I didn't. God, we just watched them all. I have 9 trailers on this freaking thing. Holy Toledo. All right. So let me get back to the chat, Gil. I know a few of you guys have chimed in. Werewolf says, that's not Tom Selleck's mustache. That's his pet hamster having a nap on his top lip. Tom Selleck had a bit part in Coma by Michael Crichton. Yes, there was another Crichton. I like Coma. I thought Coma was very interesting. But who was that was Coma, wasn't it? Was it Coma? There was another one too. God, along in that same vein. I'll think of it. Apex says TNA bots. Yes. Oh, they're everywhere. They're all over the Full Moon Entertainment movies. I mean, no doubt, plenty of that action. There's Robot Monster. Yes, indeed. Yeah, and PBR did a great Robot Monster for the last Halloween show. Good Lord. That almost seems like 2 million years ago. I used to use the Robot Monster as my avatar. That costume. Yeah, that's it. That's why I was saying that, Eric. I remember that quite well. You had it as the avatar. Robot Gorilla. Agreed. Future World was meh. Yeah, it really was. That's the answer to Future World. Meh. I enjoyed Westworld and watched it in the theater. Westworld is just a fantastic science fiction film. One of the greats. I put it way up there. You know, I mean, there's a lot. There are quite a few. But I would definitely put it in the top 50 of all time. Easily top 50 of all time. You know, Westworld, the series, I just saw a little bit of it and I thought it was interesting, but that was pretty much it. I have not seen, I saw like 2 or 3 episodes, PBR. Never seen the Westworld series. Roman. Yes, Roman. Coma, chameleon. As Erica said, yeah. You're killing me. Okay, guys. There you have it. That's our look at AI sci-fi stuff for this evening. I trust that you found that, yeah, maybe I turned you on to some films on Tubi. At least I do highly recommend, if you can find it, check out Hardware. Once again, it is on archive.org, okay, because it is a hard film to find. It's a hard film to rent. Check it out. Go to your favorite online rental, your streaming rental platform. I don't think you're going to find it, okay? Sadly, that film needs to get back on the rental platforms and get on Tubi, for Christ's sake, you know? I don't know why. But that is one. And, of course, EX-MACHINA, if you have not seen it, it's definitely worth seeing. There's no doubt. Once or twice. There's, you know, it's a solid film. Of course, the RoboDoc. If you love RoboCop, you got to see RoboDoc, folks. It's on Tubi. It's about the making of RoboCop, the trials and tribulations, the making of RoboCop. Apex says, he sleeps and snores. He sleeps and snores. Well, Apex, there we go. All right, guys. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Horror Mike Show. And indeed, the storm has pretty much passed. I'm glad. That means I'm not going to get crushed by a tree and lose power. It's always good news. Next week, folks, don't forget, check it out. Gotham City Comics live at his store. It's more than a store, folks. It's something else. A lot of people in the chat know what I'm talking about. If you saw the last live show we did at Gotham City Comics store, you're not going to want to miss this. It's going to be fantastic. Plus some other surprises that are boiling to the surface right now. Believe you me, also some Tubi films. We're getting back to the beautiful 1970s and 80s sci-fi horror exploitation films. Oh, yes. And Tubi has coughed up some more gems that you got to see to believe. That's going to be, of course, the second part of next week's show. You're not going to want to miss it. Let's see what we got here. Great stream, Horror Mike. Thank you, Apex. Everyone have a great weekend. Yes, you too, Eric. We want Linda, and we're going to get her. Oh, yeah. Gotham says, good night, everyone. See you next week. Glad you're out of the storm. Great show. Thank you, R. Thank you for being here. Linda. Yes, indeed, folks. Everyone have a great weekend. And I don't know what the hell. Oh, yeah, that's pretty much it. Take care. And, oh, holy Toledo. Wait a second. Some people have chimed in. Would you be doing a Roger Corman special? I am going to do a little more on Corman for next Friday's show as part of the Tubi experience, Radamus. So, because there's some choice Corman on Tubi, and we're going to tie that into the great master the B-movie master of all time, Roger Corman, next week. My good man. See you guys. Let me get to... here it is. All right, folks. Take care. Have a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon.